Good morning. Today, in continuation of the yesterday lecture, the subject matter for discussion is 1956 Act and the order passed thereunder by the central government pertaining to the fixing of price and pageage, space for advertisement, and the other related issues under the provision of law. That act, which has enacted in the year 1956, have some relationship with other laws. And these laws are the General Clauses Act of 1897. Secondly, this law have the relationship with the order which is related to the newsprint control, that is the order of 1962. And the another aspect of this law have some relationship with the recommendation of the commission as constituted in 1952. And apart this, there is some other relationship which is called the fundamental law suprema lex in India, that is the Constitution of India, Article 19(1)(a). As we are discussing this matter as a fundamental principle of the constitutional parliamentary democratic republic system in India, and that system have the source, or this is a source to provide the facility of freedom, information, and other aspects. But without much discussion on the background, it requires to enter into the critical analysis of the provision as laid down in the 1956 Act. And as I have said earlier, that it is a very small legislation, but it have very wide scope for the application. Second matter or aspect or concept for the analysis of this act is that after the enactment of this law, when it has came into force, that was the 7th September 1956, within the 5 years, it has been automatically repealed, or it has been ceased its operation by way of the provision as prescribed under section 1. And what was the reason? And if it has been automatically ceased its operation, then what's the requirement to be discussed this act for the purpose of the course as prescribed by the university, and brought this concept from the CDC report of University Grant Commission. This is a issue why it is required to be analyzed today, and what's the reason. And object you have seen yesterday of this act, that to prevent the unfair trade in the areas of the newspaper. And secondly, to provide the equal opportunity to all the newspapers. Either they have limited resource or they have sufficient resources. A small newspaper and the newspaper who have the, the very vast width at the international level, which are publishing in India in Indian language. This summary of the object of this legislation, then it requires to read and study every part of the provisions which is prescribed under this legislation. And as I have said that it is a small piece of legislation having the 7 sections only. Only 7 sections are there, but these sections have the very useful legislative relevancy, and especially of the section 3. And section 3, if it shall be said that or it will be said or it may be said that this is the gist, this is the soul of all the legislation, it will not be any hyperbole. Then come into the portion that the section 1, what it says. It says that the this act shall be called, the name is there, the newspaper within bracket, as I have already expressed or said yesterday, that the Price and Pageage Act 1956, it is not written the to regulate, it is not written the control, it is not written to prevent, but it is simply written that newspaper Price and Pageage Act. The simple positive sentence is there. And if there is a positive sentence, it means this legislation is both the side. Both side means in favor of fixing the price and in favor of the limit the pageage, or vice versa, in the area of the fixing in favor of the price, the honor of the newspaper publisher. That is, therefore, there is no word like the prevention, no word like a regulation, no word like a control, and these words has not used by the legislature at the making of the title of this legislation, and it is a positive. It is a title which reflects that in favor or in against. It is not totally the object of this title is only to prevent, only to regulate. Other side also there. And then the second, there are 3 clauses under the section 1. Second says that normally, as it has the framing style of the legislation where it shall be extended. In 1956, it has mentioned under clause 2 that it shall be extended within the territory of India except Jammu and Kashmir. That is the second part of the legislation. It means, analysis says that the that act have the operation, that act have the force to apply it in every corner of India, especially the whole territory of India, except some provision as it was at that time that of the constitutional provision. Therefore, its extent was not there in that portion where there was the prohibition of the constitutional provision that was written under clause 2 of this act. But third is very essential. Shall siege, this act shall siege to have effect of expiration. It will be expired automatically of the period of 5 years. The subclause 3 of section 1 says that within the period of the 5 year, it shall be automatically ceased its operation. This is the new provision. And normally one cannot get or one cannot see that provision in other legislation. How much time it will be extended or it will be enforced, how, why it shall be seized. But one clause is there. Then the question, as I have raised at that time, the if it has been seized from 1956 to the 1961, then why we are discussing this legislation? That was the question. And the answer of this question comes here, that if it has ceased its enforcement or its operation within the 5 year from the date of the 7th September 1956, and that was the 6th September 1961, then what's the use of this legislation to be discussed for the purpose of the course of the LLM students? The answer of this question can be given with the support of two grounds. Number one ground, that it has ceased its operation, and the remaining portion of this legislation means the effect of this legislation shall be applied according to the provisions of Journal Clauses Act number of the 10 of 1897, and particularly of that section 6 of this act. It has automatically ceased its operation, but section 6 of the section 6 of the Journal Clauses Act 1897 of the Act number 10 says that if any provision of law or any act has ceased its operation or repealed by the legislation, then what will be the effect of this repealed laws or ceased operation of that legislation? And thus it has mentioned categorically, clearly, specifically under section 1 clause 3 that for the purpose of the repealing, for the purpose of ceasing its operation, section 6 shall apply of the Journal Clauses Act. There are 2 points. Again, this is one ground, what I have said, that if that has been seized its enforcement or its operation, its effectiveness, then what's the use of study of this legislation? The one answer I have given with support of the provisions as mentioned under clause 3 of section 1 with reference to the Journal Clauses Act number 10 of 1897, especially of section 6. I will enter into that part. I will discuss this one. But another ground, I have said that 2 grounds are there. The another ground that in the 1961 it has ceased its operation, its effectiveness automatically according to the provision clause 3 of section 1. The second ground is that in the year 1962, after seizing this one, the another order has passed by the center government, that is called New Print Control Order 1962. Because of the ground of this legislation, the another order, it is a order, it is not legislation, and order, bylaws, rules, regulations, ordinance are the subject matter of, these are the subject matter of the delegated legislation. It means the power which is exercised by the executive, that is the center government for the purpose of this regulation. The another order has passed by the center government in the 1962. Therefore, if you will see the topic as it has prescribed for the LLM student, that it has written the price paid the scheduled regulation, price paid scheduled regulation. It means the regulation of the price. It means the regulation of pageage schedule. That includes the order also. But this act was challenged before the court by the paper that the Sakal Paper Private Limited company. And a court has declared, we will discuss in detail of that judgment also, that some portion of this law is unconstitutional. But here our point is that the purpose for the regulation and to fix the price, pages and space for the news and advertisement, it is still have the relevancy because of the order, because of the General Clauses Act. And therefore, this is the essential for us as a student of the law of PG to know about the background of the law. That is the analysis and the critical analysis of this law with reference to the section 1 clause 3. It is a unique legislation where it has been written in the legislation that after the 5 year it shall cease its operation automatically. There is no need to repeal it. But there was no law in this regard. But Commission has recommended in 1952 that there should be some regulation. Otherwise, the newspaper which have the sufficient scope for its circulation will get the good position, and the others, a small newspaper, shall not get the same position as it has been got by the newspapers who have the some authenticity of its scope. That purpose you have already seen. Now come to the another aspect. This is called the analysis. Whenever it gives any topic to all the students to analyze, to critically analyze, it means a detailed commentary with support of other laws, arguments in favor and in against. For and against, there should be the argument with the supporting of other the provisions of law. In the area of legal analysis and critical analysis, always the own argument have no relevancy, no authenticity, unless these statement and the argument shall not be supported by the writer, by any other law. And I have cited two illustrations of the relevancy of this law after the ceasing of its operation, its effectiveness, that is General Clauses Act. And another side, you have seen the another order which had the source of this law in 1962. It has passed by the central government, that is the executive, which is called the new newsprint and the control order 1962, and continuously time to time it is going to be passed by the center government continuously after the 1962. for the purpose of submitting the report, or for the purpose of using the raw material, for the purpose of the publishing of the total number of the copies in a year of the newspaper, and sold it not only to submit the return to the office of the registrar under the 1867. This is another relevant law for that purpose. But it should be audited by the controller and chartered engineer. It should be audited. Audit report requires to be submitted according to the orders as passed time to time, 1967 and 62, and thereon 92, 2004, continuously are going to be passed an order by the central government to regulate the price and the pageage and circulation of the paper, for avoiding basically of the unfair trade in the newspaper sector. But one point is also relevant here. I will draw your attention on that point. Suppose in any law, means a legislation, there is no provision of its enforcement date. Please give the attention. If in any act or under any act, there is no provision for the enforcement of that act under section 1, as you know that the last clause of the section 1, there is a legal system that legislature has prescribed the date of enforcement, or it may be written that it shall come into force from the date of its notification by the central government or state government or appropriate government. There may be such type of words under the last clause of section 1. Suppose this has not written, come into force from the date of the notification by the government, this sentence is not there, then from his date the law shall come into force, number 1. If the date is not prescribed, or the order has not given, order means the mandate has not given by the legislature to the executive for its notification, then what is the law which apply in this matter, where there is no prescribed procedure for its enforcement? For the purpose, one can say that you might be thinking, sir, it may be the date of the assent, when the legislation has got the assent from the President of India or governor of the particular state, as the case applied. You are perhaps thinking you may be thinking on that line. Your thinking, or the thinking of the student, or thinking of the person who are just aware about the legislation may be right, but the thinking, as I have said, that we are thinking, sir, this will be that, this have no relevancy unless this thought shall not be supported by any law. In the legal system where there is a lex means a written law, every aspect should be in black and white. It cannot be said on the basis of the own guess, own assessment, own experience. No. Law always requires the evidence that should be in black and white. to supporting this thinking process of the enforcement date of the legislation as the assent has given by the competent constitutional authority. There is one section, and that section is under the General Clauses Act. Therefore, some are practicing in the High Court here who are pursuing this LLM. This is a good chance because of this COVID-19 pandemic. The students are pursuing the study at their home because of the no mandate of the attendance. They may be aware about the General Clauses Act. And General Clauses Act 1 will be, or it is, the center legislation, another is the state legislation. Both have enacted. If you will see, the UP General Clauses Act is also there. So here, if any date is not given for the enforcement of any legislation, there is one provision under the General Clauses Act number of 10, 1897, as enacted by the center legislature. There is a section 5. Section 5 says that if any mandate is not given by the legislature for the enforcement of any legislation under section 1, normally it may be the another section also, it may be another section, but normally, generally, ordinarily, section will be there. Section 1 will be there. Then section 5 of the General Clauses Act says that if there is no prescribed mandate as given by the legislature, then automatically it shall apply from that date when the assent shall be given by the competent constitutional authority, that is for the purpose of the union legislation. In India, the President of India, and for the province legislation or the state legislation, the governor of the state. This is the interpretation to such the other laws from here and there, and to apply in this matter. Then come into the another aspect, because the time is very short, because that's the another aspect which is related to the definitions. There are only 2 words under this legislation, and these 2 words are alphabetically arranged as the system of the writing and drafting of the legislation. And these 2 words are clause A and B. And A is related to the daily newspaper, and B is related to the newspaper. A is newspaper, daily newspaper, and B is the newspaper. A is the daily newspaper definition under section 2, and the another word is newspaper. You might be thinking that, sir, one place it is the daily newspaper, another place it has written the newspaper. What's the purpose of the legislature to write both the places the newspaper? And whether the newspaper would not come, or it should not come under the purview of the word the daily newspaper, and why there was the need to define both the words. The newspaper, if you will see here the definition, daily newspaper means it is going to be published daily and circulated. And daily, so far the daily is concerned, it is the meaning of the 6 days in a week, not 7 days. 6 days in a week. But the newspaper is publishing 7 days continuously, except the national holidays. So what's the reason? Then first of all, this is the issue I have raised. Try to search the answer of these issues supported by law. Legal, it should be supported by the legal provision. Legally, it should be supported. Then daily newspaper not less than 6 days in a week. Not less than. The definition says that not less than. It means it may be the more than 6. But if any newspaper shall be said, the daily newspaper, at least it should be published in a week, the 6 days. At least, not less than. The word is written, then not less than. Then, and includes the supplementary, the answer it has automatically came out. Supplementary and the special edition of the newspaper. Daily newspaper means the newspaper which is going to be published not less than 6 days in a week. But it includes the special edition or supplementary edition. The supplementary and a special edition. It means if you will see the name of the Times of India, which is going to be published by Bent Coleman Company. Sunday's newspaper of the Times of India, you might be read that the name of the Sunday's newspaper is the Sunday Times. It is not the name of the Times of India. It means it is a supplementary. It is a special issue of the Sunday. Its cost shall be more than the cost of the daily newspaper which has been published earlier, means in during these 6 days. Because of this definition, the 7th day paper is a special issue and cost is more than the other days newspapers. Price is more than that. Pages shall increase. And some others, in the same way, you can see the Hindu, Indian Express, other literatures shall be included in that newspaper which is being published on the 7th day in a week. It is called the supplementary or it is a special issue according to the definition of section 2 clause 1. That is the definition of newspaper, daily newspaper. It is a definition of the daily newspaper. At least it should be published 6 days in a week. Then another concept of the newspaper. And a newspaper, you know that some newspapers are weekly. Sunday Post, you can see here that weekly and periodically. And the Hindi meaning of the periodical, you can search that patrika. Whether this comes within the purview of the definition of newspaper and what is the meaning of the news. First of all, news, I have said that in this newspaper, you can see under clause B of section 2, which says that only one class I will take, which says that the newspaper means the printed periodical work. Periodical. The meaning is there by that it is not a daily. Its name shall not be the daily newspaper. If the newspaper is publishing, its name shall be the daily newspaper. Dainik Samachar Patra. If it is publishing in the form of the news, which is either the public news or comments over the public news. Comments over the public news, because already published by the daily newspaper, A news is already published by daily newspaper. Then in that newspaper, which is going to be published periodically, weekly, and there will be the comments over the news which has already published in the daily newspaper. So this will also be called the newspaper, but not daily newspaper. And the newspaper printed periodical public news will be there, or the comments on the public news, because already published. And the that in the intervals of not more than a week, not more than a week, means after the 1 week, if any newspaper is publishing, its name shall be the newspaper, and in that newspaper some news may be there, because which has not been covered by the daily newspaper, or even if it has been covered, some other areas, some comments will be there, some detail of the news will be there, and therefore the definition is only confined of in under this 1952 act only in the two term. One says that the daily newspaper, and the another says that the newspaper. And in the daily newspaper, the question may be there that whether, sir, there should not be any comments on the news. Yes, there should be. If we will see the editorial, if we will see the letters to the editor, if one will see the paper, research paper, articles published in a particular newspaper in the middle of the paper, newspaper, and these are the pages or the comments of the news which has already published earlier. Editorial, you can see, it is the opinion and comments. Various times the student normally are asking that, sir, what is the meaning of the comments? What is the meaning of the critical?